Hey everybody, how's it going? I can take my headset off now. I don't want to listen to my own voice. You can listen to my voice instead. It's the alternative. So I'm talking about today. Well, I'll be talking about the future of the game RuneScape and where I think it's going. Now I've been playing on various accounts for pretty much since the game began. Like, it came out and then it was December 2002. So it had a little life before me, but you know, I really did find it really early on in its life, and yeah, so that's, and I on various YouTube accounts I've made YouTube videos for it. I was one of the first generation. Then because I was like really young, I stopped making them because I got bored. And then I came back and then I went again, and I came back and then I went again, and now I'm back, and I'm back to making videos properly, and you know, depending on how you define it. So I've seen how it's gone, and I know how I've seen it rise in popularity, and I've seen it rapidly decrease in popularity recently. Even with the TV app that it's been pumping out, it's still as the police sirens. Welcome to England. So I've seen it do a lot, and this is just my opinion. This isn't. I'm not. Don't take this for fact. None of this. I'm not saying any of this is going to happen. This is just my opinion. So sit back and enjoy it. And you can listen to it, or alternatively you can watch the beta footage, because I thought all I've done is beta footage, and this is the only really real time that it's actually been appropriate to put some actual. You know, that was a long pause. Sorry about that. But you know, this is the only real time. The beta footage is actually relevant to what I'm talking about, because let's start with the past of it. The past of RuneScape. It started out, you know, obviously we're in a game. It starts off small and gradually gets bigger. And about 2006, it got huge. It just like burst. I don't know what it was. I might have been. It probably was YouTube. I do think YouTube will have done a massive part. You know, people recording. Because it came out. 2005 YouTube came out, but then no one really had screen capturing software. Wasn't really very good. Like, to a state that you could actually see. It was very rudimentary. Screen capturing software wasn't used to capturing, you know, actual game footage or anything. It was screen capturing software was used to like business stuff and tutorials on how to, you know, open a word in business. That's what it was used to. And then eventually someone thought, actually, we can use this website. YouTube's looking pretty big. Maybe it'd be useful. Maybe it could make a bit of money. Made it so we can do games, and it's gradually gotten bigger. And now there's fraps and stuff. I use fraps. So there's all sorts of stuff. So I do think YouTube had a big part to play in the growth, and sudden burst in growth. The fact that the video community sort of just came out of nowhere, and I do think it had. I said it about 3 times. That's about 4th time. But I honestly do think it had a big thing, and then gradually, as people, you know, realise, actually, some people have left for World of Warcraft. Some people just left because they don't like MMOs. But some people leave for, you know, Call of Duty. Some people just grow out of it. So there are a lot of people who, because some games you can only play, because RuneScape is one game. It's one game that's been going on for so long. There's only so much you can do in it before you get bored. And, you know, you might not be into the whole grinding for all the time. You might think, actually, I want to do a bit of this, but then again, but I need to grind out all this, and you might think, actually, grinding isn't for me. And you just grow out of it. Personally, I don't enjoy it, but I respect the fact that I need to do it, so I do it anyway. But obviously, there are ways around it, you know. You can do the random ass, fast but expensive methods, which I tend to do because I do flip machine. But anyway, so obviously, then so that was then. The Grand Exchange started coming in. Everyone was like, "Oh, what's all this?" They did say that they were taking away the free trade. They did say that they were going to. People were like, "It just did it all." No, you obviously weren't there. You were in the war, man. You weren't in the war. The war. It was. They said it was coming. No, okay, I'll stop with the voice. You know, they said free trade is going. It'll be a limited thing, and they're doing all this, and they did all this stuff to combat real world trading. So that does tend to be botting, because a lot of botting is done for gold farming, and if you take away the ability to actually trade a large sum of money, no one's actually going to do any form of real world trading. No one's going to be doing real world trading because you can't trade large amounts of money because no one's going to pay for 30k at a time. No one's going to do that. And it worked. Bots literally when they didn't need to do a bot nuke, but obviously the community wasn't happy, and eventually they asked and they lost a lot of popularity. They did lose a lot of popularity with that, and then what else? Then they asked, well, there were still obviously botters. I'm not saying that wasn't the end of botting. There was still botters for people who were trying to round out their account and stuff. Fuck off. For people who would, I just got a text. I never get a text. I get one I never get text, and I always get them during recording. Fucking hell. Whatever. I'm not reading it. So yeah. So it's kind of like, and then they asked because they saw botting wasn't gone. So I think that was it. When they asked, when they decided that botting wasn't gone, I bet they thought that would get rid of a lot of the botting accounts. They realized actually no, there's still a large amount. There wasn't even half as many, but there still was a lot. And actually, I'm pretty sure that's when they started work on the first bot nuke and stuff. I'm pretty sure. That's an educated opinion. That's when they started on the bot nuke. When they put in that thing saying, "Do you want the bloodlust and free trade to come back?" And everyone's like, "Well, yeah." So that came back, and well, a few years down the line, updates got worse. What else happened? Oh yeah, it got bought out by investors. That happened. Hence why recently a lot of it has been money based, like the Squid of Fortune. That'll be the investors' fault. Just all of that, and the fact that they're losing players, so they need to bring in more money. So it will be a lot part of the investors, and the fact that they want to get paid. They're a business, and that's why there's membership. But obviously, I'm guessing that isn't quite covering the cost. So they bring in all sort of stuff. So then after that, what happened then? Yeah, then the Squid of Fortune came in. Solomon's store recently here, and the updates have been good. There have been some good updates. Like Ritual of the Majrat was a genuinely amazing thing, and I've been playing through quests because I'm working on quests, and there's a RuneScape's series, Road to RuneScape's series coming out onto this channel as well. It'll be on this channel. It'll be my first series on this channel. And there'll also be quest guides for new quests coming out, but that's a different time. But yeah, so my personal opinion is, I do think that not this year, and possibly not next year, it's going to be on a slow decline. I do think once they've sort of got the hang of a way to, because at the moment it's a new thing. They've always been owned by the people who started the game, so they won't be used to the whole, balancing with money and investors and making a game everyone wants. So when they get used to the whole, when they get used to that and they get the ability to negotiate with everything as much as possible and will learn what they can do and what the investors will be completely happy with. Once they completely do that, the game will start to slowly gradually, because they did say they wanted it to go on for another 10 years at least, and that would be insane if they kept on for another 10 years. I don't know if I'll be playing then, but it'll still be insane. And I do think once they, possibly not, like I said, not this year, definitely not this year. The Queen, it's the King, Catholic King, looks pretty epic, and I'm hoping for some epic quests, I'm hoping for next year for some Rich the Majrat sequel. That'll be insane. And if they do, I hope they do it well. But like I said, so yeah, these it's going to be a slow process, but they will make the game good. It's just the problem is, I hope it doesn't take too long, because if it takes too long, then it will go on this gradual slope into just being this god-awful game that will have no chance of getting out of this hole. I do hope they sort it out soon, before they have to start selling XP on Solomon's store, or start selling spins for cheaper so you get more XP. Before they have to do all that, I really hope they sort the game out and get used to this whole investors material thing. That obviously, it's my opinion. I could be completely wrong in the respect that they've already done this, and it's just the investors are just hard to budge. This is just my opinion and my guess at what the companies, like, because they're a very secretive company, aren't they? Like, probably the most secretive games company I know, apart from Bethesda. But, you know, I'm just saying that wasn't a fart, that was me. Yeah, whatever. I just want to put that out there. So yeah, that's this one. That's the end of this one. I'll see you in the next one, which might be episode 1 to a new series. So I'll see you later.